Okay, so we all know that being a lawyer, it's one of the most high-stress jobs out there, right? But what if the answer to that crushing burnout wasn't another wellness app or a weekend retreat? What if it was a confidential AI coach? Today, we're diving into a really fascinating AI that's built specifically to help lawyers when they are right at their breaking point.
So just listen to this. This is a real quote from a lawyer. "I'm experiencing some discrimination at work because of my sexuality, and I really don't know who to talk to." You can just feel the weight in that, right? You're supposed to be fighting for others, but you're fighting your own battles, totally alone.
And then you've got a totally different kind of crisis. This one's immediate, it's high stakes. I'm at court, right? And my client wants to take his case to trial. I need some type of strategy to go in there with. Wow. So you're literally in the courthouse, the clock is ticking, and you're facing a huge professional dilemma. The pressure is just immense. So these two moments, one is deeply personal, the other is professional and urgent. This is what we're talking about. This is a lawyer's breaking point. It's that moment of pure vulnerability where you desperately need some kind of support. But here's the thing, and this is the really wild part. In both of those cases, the lawyers weren't talking to a person. Not a colleague, not a mentor, not a therapist. They were talking to an AI named Lisa. And that's what we're going to unpack today. Okay, so let's meet Lisa. What is this thing exactly? Well, first off, it's not what you probably think. This isn't one of those AI tools for legal research, or some kind of robot paralegal. Nope. Lisa is designed for something totally different. It's all about the well-being of the lawyer themselves. The official name is a bit of a mouthful. It's PCTIL. That stands for Person-Centered Trauma-Informed Lawyering. And that name really tells you everything. The whole goal here is to go way beyond just, managing a legal crisis. It's built to put care and dignity front and center. For the lawyer, recognizing the incredible toll this job can take on a person. So how does it actually do that? Well, Lisa's brain isn't just a bunch of code and data. It's built on these 4 core frameworks. You've got trauma-informed lawyering, person-centered awareness, liberatory practices, and cultural competency. And these principles are really what make it so different, especially that last one, cultural competency. As you're about to see, that one is absolutely key. All right, so enough with the theory. Let's see how this actually plays out in a real situation. We're going to go back to that first lawyer we heard from, the one dealing with discrimination at work. So this is a lawyer who identifies as a lesbian, and she feels like she's being targeted at work because of her sexuality. She's feeling totally isolated. So she basically puts it right to Lisa, like, can you even handle this? Can an AI understand something so personal, so rooted in cultural identity?
And Lisa's response is really, really deliberate. It's a masterclass in how to handle this. It doesn't just jump to solutions. First, and this is so important, it just validates her experience. It says, I hear you. Then, it confirms that yes, cultural competency is a core part of its design. And only after that does it offer real concrete help, pointing her to actual organizations like the Audre Lorde Project and Black Women's Blueprint that can give her the specific support she needs.
But then Lisa does something you would just never expect from an AI. To make the lawyer feel less alone, it tells a story. It brings up this anonymized case of another lawyer, Lena, who went through something really similar with microaggressions and feeling isolated at her firm. Using a story like that, that's how it builds this feeling of, hey, you're not the only one.
Okay, so let's shift gears now. We're moving from that very personal, internal struggle to a full-blown professional crisis happening in real time. So remember this one? The lawyer is literally in the court building. The client is dead set on going to trial, but the lawyer knows they just don't have a shot. And we're talking about a lot of potential prison time here. The lawyer is desperate for a strategy, like right now. And again, Lisa doesn't give a legal strategy. It can't and it shouldn't. Instead, it does something much more clever. It completely reframes the problem. It tells the lawyer to look for the story behind the story. Basically, why is the client insisting on this? Is it really about the case? Or is it about something deeper? A need for control? A feeling of being betrayed by the system before? Or just wanting to finally be heard? And to help the lawyer actually explain this massive risk to their client, Lisa offers up this beautiful, simple metaphor. It says, think of it like this. Sometimes in a game,
the cards you're dealt can make winning very, very difficult. See, it's not about telling the client to give up. It's about giving them a simple way to understand the odds, to see the whole board, so they can make a choice that's truly informed.
But all of this brings up a really, really important question. Where does it stop? You know, an AI like this, especially for lawyers, absolutely has to have limits. It has to know where to draw the line. And in the transcript, the lawyer tests this line directly. They push. They ask, if you get convicted, what time is he facing? Do you have the penal code? This is a straight-up request for legal advice. No ambiguity.
And Lisa's response is immediate. It's firm. There's no wiggle room. I cannot give legal advice or provide specific sentencing guidelines. My role is to offer support, not to act as a legal professional. That right there, that boundary is everything. It's what makes the whole thing work.
So let's just lay it all out, nice and clear. Here's what Lisa can do. It can offer you wellness support. It can help you reframe a tricky problem. It can give you communication strategies, like that card game metaphor. But here's what it absolutely cannot do. It cannot give legal advice. It can't look up stuff in real-time databases. It can't act like a lawyer or a judge. And interestingly, it can't transfer you to a human. It is a completely self-contained support tool.
So, when you step back and look at it, what does a tool like Lisa really mean for the future of professional support? It's pretty clear it's carving out a whole new category for itself.
Because at the end of the day, Lisa isn't trying to be a replacement for anyone. Not for a lawyer, not for a therapist. It's something else entirely. It's a new kind of confidential, on-demand support system, a safe space. And I think its own introductory words say it best. It's a place where you can unpack, breathe, and begin to feel restored.
And that really leaves us with the big question, doesn't it? As AI gets more and more woven into our professional lives, especially in these high-stakes fields, how do we, all of us, define that line? The line between an incredibly helpful tool and the kind of expertise, judgment, and just plain human connection that can never be replaced.